This is part 3 of my series of videos showing my CD collection, and we're going to pick up where we left off in part 2. This time I pulled all the CDs out of the spinner racks, and so we'll just be able to look at them on the table here. Now we're going to look at all my Beach Boys CDs, and this is the first Beach Boys CD I ever bought back in the 90s, mid-90s, called Beach Boys Lost and Found, 1961-1962. And it consists of outtakes and studio sessions. I like this Kenny and the Cadets, Barbie, and What Is Young Girl Made Of. Those are probably my favorite tunes on this album from 1991. And there we go to the regular Beach Boys CDs. Now, the Beach Boys CDs were released as twofers, so you'd have 2 albums on one CD. I got my copies from BMG Direct, which is a record club, sort of like Columbia House Record Club. So here's the cover of one of the early albums, and here's the cover of the other one. And then we go through Surfer Girl, the Beach Boys, and again it has 2 albums, Surfer Girl and Shutdown Volume 2. This is probably my favorite period of the Beach Boys, actually. I like the period where they're doing car songs and songs about high school and things like that. Now you can choose which one you want to have as your cover. So you could always choose to have Shutdown as the cover if you wanted. But I choose to have Surfer Girl as the cover. Put that back in there. There you go, like that. And Little Deuce Coupe. It has Little Deuce Coupe and All Summer Long. This is probably my favorite of the early albums. There's All Summer Long. A great period of Beach Boys I think is underappreciated by a lot of fans. The 63 and 64 period of Beach Boys is probably my all-time favorite period of their work. But a lot of people like 65, 66. So this is 65, Beach Boys Today, and Summer Days and Summer Nights. And they would have the 2 albums plus bonus tracks. Beach Boys Party and Stack of Tracks. These are sort of their more unusual albums. Beach Boys Party is sort of like it's sort of like a campfire sing-along type of album. And it's actually one of my favorite Beach Boys albums. It's one that you can just kind of listen to straight through. It's sort of like a concept album. And I think it's really enjoyable. Now here's their most famous album, Pet Sounds. With Pet Sounds, they had the way the twofer worked was that they would have the stereo version and the mono version on this album. There's the original back cover. There's sort of the 70s Capitol label, 70s and 80s. So you get both the stereo and the mono. And I enjoy Pet Sounds. I like it. Smiley Smile and Wild Honey. These are 2 67, 68, I believe. Maybe just 67 Beach Boys albums. It has some bonus tracks of Heroes and Villains and Good Vibrations there. That's how they look. And Friends and 2020. I'm not crazy about this period of the Beach Boys. I thought I probably would, because I tend to like late 60s music. It's probably my, it's my favorite period of the Beatles, for example. But for some reason I didn't dig it as much. However, I did really like Sunflower and Surf's Up, which is on this album, this twofer. And this was when they got their own record label. And with this album, it seems, which came out in 1970, Sunflower, it seems sort of like a reinvention of the Beach Boys, or sort of a, like, not reinvention maybe, but just sort of like they're at their peak of their powers, it seems like. They all just came together. Brian is part of it. You can see him there. And this is sort of peak Beach Boys in a way, but it's not really probably appreciated as much. And probably the most famous song is on Disney Girls 1958, Bruce Johnston's song. Forever is a really good song, Dennis Wilson. This last half of Sunflower is like really good and really stands up. And then we have Beach Boys Concert, which again has 2 albums on it. The Beach Boys Concert, I think, is like 64, and then this one is like from Beach Boys and Live in London, I think it's like 70 or late 60s, something like that. Whoops, caught there. Beach Boys Live in London. So it makes sense to put both live concerts all on one CD like that. So it was really good of them to do that. Beach Boys Ultimate Christmas. This has 2 of their Christmas albums, I think. Let's see here. Well, they had a Christmas album like 64, and I think they might have had another Christmas album. A bunch of Christmas songs. So there's the Christmas stuff that's on here. And this is a more recent, I think it was like the 50th anniversary Beach Boys album. That's My God Made the Radio, which is right there. And this is actually an excellent album. It stands up to, there's the label. It stands up to, their 60s stuff as far as I'm concerned. It's really good. And then we have Jan and Dean twofer. Has Jan and Dean Take Linda Surfing and Ride the Wild Surf. And there's the 2 albums there. Now this is actually the real front cover, but you can, like I mentioned before with these things, you can turn things around. So you can make Ride the Wild Surf the front cover if you want, or like me, you have Take Linda Surfing as the front cover. However you want to do it, but this is the real front cover. But I like to have that album in there with the big picture on the front. And then we have All the Hits, Jan and Dean From Surf City to Drag City. This was, I think, my introduction to Jan and Dean. Again, I got this as a record club thing. This just has tons of Jan and Dean's. This is pretty much everything you need, like all the hits and a bunch of like bonus tracks and things like that. There's a 2-disc set. It's like jam-packed full of stuff. So if you're interested in trying out Jan and Dean, this is one I recommend getting, because a lot of their albums are hard to get now. And here's I'm just going to run through some more of these more quickly. Best of 60s Surf. Just an anthology. The Ventures, where they're doing a bunch of guitar instrumentals of TV series. You can see there's the various. It's the Best of Jerry and the Pacemakers, the definitive collection, starting with How Do You Do It? Some more twofers here. I have the Brothers 4, 2 of their albums from the early 60s, like a folk quartet. Another Brothers 4 twofer. There's the songs. Limelighters, another folk twofer. I got these at thrift stores that were really cheap, which was nice. Whoop, another twofer here. Gladys Knight and the Pips. That's just two of their albums. And then we have the Supremes, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Oops, this one's broken case though, unfortunately. An anthology. It has pretty much everything you could want of the, if you're just sampling the Supremes. It's like all these hits and so forth. 2-disc set. The Supremes sing Rodgers and Hart, sort of the complete recordings. So it has original LP plus bonus tracks. Now this is one a twofer that I got at a thrift store. It comes with a little cardboard case there. It has two albums, Love Child and a Supremes A Go-Go. If we can get it there. Oops. So it has this insert. And there's Supremes A Go-Go. Supremes A Go-Go's actually on the back cover. So there's the how the album looks. And there's Supremes A Go-Go. That's the cover of the original album from the 1960s. Another Supremes twofer. Complete Supremes and Four Tops complete studio duets with the Four Tops. And this is post Diana Ross, so it's like early 70s. There's the albums that are the two albums plus, or actually three albums plus bonus tracks. Another twofer, this, Jackson 5, their first two albums. ABC. The Osmonds, Osmond Mania, Family's Greatest Hits. The Mamas and the Papas. This is just one of those 20th century ones. ABBA, another one, 20th Century Masters. Insane Times. This is a collection of 25 British psychedelic artifacts from the EMI vaults. Just an anthology of a bunch of crazy psychedelic songs. George Benson, The Other Side of Abbey Road. It's a cover of Abbey Road that came out shortly after Abbey Road came out, which is pretty awesome. He just did the whole album in his own way. It's mostly instrumental. Barbra Streisand, People. Cher. This is one of those Russian CDs. And finally, I didn't show these in my previous one. Two more of the Bob Dylan bootleg series. Volume 5, Live 1975. And volume series number 7. And some Marlene Dietrich. This is a 2 CD set. Marlene Dietrich songs. Another Marlene Dietrich. Has most of those songs you would think. Liza Minnelli at Carnegie Hall. That's it. That's my CD collection for now. Thanks for watching.